what you do, Daniel?
Hi, I'm in life insurance sales.
All right, so I'm going to ask Daniel a few questions about his career today. What do you find unique about your career field?
Probably the most unique characteristic I find about our field is twofold. One, we're really doing a great service for the people that we help. And secondly, the income is basically unlimited.
All right, that brings me to one of my other questions. What skills or personal characteristics do you feel contribute most to success in this industry?
There's quite a few on the list. I would say the top priorities are being persistent to get in front of people who can make buying decisions. And then before they can make those decisions, you must first be likable, and you have to know what you're talking about, and you have to disturb people in order for them to see a reason. And you also have to be unique in your story. If you come across with something that just sounds like everybody else, then you probably will not land the business.
Awesome. Could you describe one of your typical work days for us?
Sure. Well, I start my work day by prospecting, much like a prospector would go to the river and pan for gold. He or she is looking for a treasure, but they've got to go through a lot of sediment and a lot of water and a lot of hard work to get to the good stuff. And then when they finally do, they find a few specks of gold. And if they continue in this long term, it's going to pay off well. So every day we start with prospecting by finding people who are qualified buyers who might be interested in hearing our story and doing things that can greatly benefit their families. Then once the prospecting has ended, we'll go out on sales calls. And then if someone decides to ultimately purchase, we'll have to take the order, send it through underwriting, and then there is administrative work and paperwork. So there's a lot of things from A to Z in the sales process and also the administrative process.
All right. What would you say is a reasonable salary range to expect if I were to enter this field? And what would you say the long-term potential is salary-wise?
Sure. So thank you. That's a great question, Aaron. And so I would say, first and foremost, and we're going to keep this segment of our discussion purely to the subject of life insurance. And so in life insurance, generally when you start with a company, you will get a small stipend, and it may be around $30,000-$35,000 a year. And you get that salary at first because they realize you have no income, and it's going to take you a while to generate some sales and get payment, which are called commissions in this industry. So they start you out at a level about like this, and then over the months it gets smaller and smaller and smaller as your sales get larger and larger and larger. And so it's typical that you may start out $30,000-$35,000, and that's going to whittle down rather quickly because you're expected to produce. And then the long-term income potential, really when I mentioned unlimited a few minutes ago, that's absolutely the case. I've seen people make several $1 million a year at this.
All right. So kind of going off of that, what would you say is the advancement potential in this field, and what is the typical career path? Like, is there a corporate ladder? Or?
There is a corporate ladder. If you're a corporate guy, some people settle for being the insurance man or woman that will be plugged into a retail facility. And if you do that, you will receive likely a small commission and a salary as well. So there will be much more stability in a job like that, but also there is not nearly the income potential that you could reach. If the more that you become in business for yourself, the better. And the more complex sales that you can become trained in and proficient at, the higher the potential for income.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Daniel.
Yeah, it was
This
really
very
nice
interview.
meeting you.